Hello and welcome to A Cat in the Garden. I have more plant mail today. Well, not plants, but seeds, the ones I was talking about last week. They actually came in the day after I filmed that video and I was like, are you kidding? I could have waited one more day and done them both together, but that's okay. I'm very excited about this order. It arrived super quickly after we had this snafu of it getting lost in the mail, and they redid the order for me. So I'm very excited to get them opened up because I want to get a lot of those seeds started. Nutmeg is very curious about what's over here because I have something to show you before I open up my seeds. So I'm gonna put him down because it's a little bit bigger and I don't want him messing this up. So I have been anxiously awaiting for this for a couple weeks now, I want to say. So I'm very excited and it's not quite ready, but one of my Hoyas bloomed. It's the second bloom of the season in terms of spring. And it's still kind of opening, but this is my Hoya Fuu Enus. So that is the tag. I just wanted to go ahead and show this off because this is gorgeous. I'll probably film a video once it fully opens, a little short, just to show the blooms, but they're so cute. They're starting to smell a little bit. They started opening overnight and they smell stronger in the evening. So I'm gonna wait for the full smell tonight, but they are smelling a bit sweet so far. They are so cute. I love this full sort of peduncle. I didn't lose a single bloom off of it, so I'm trying to be very careful with it. Just wanted to show you guys that first because I love Hoya blooms. They get me so excited, and it is one of the best things about owning Hoya is that they will bloom for you. And I've had this plant for almost a year now. I've had it 11 months. So just goes to show that patience pays off. It did start as a much smaller plant than what it is now, and I finally got a bloom out of it. So I'm very excited. That is the first time it has bloomed for me, and I woke up this morning to see that they were opening. I was so happy. So back to the purpose of this video, which is my plant mail. My seeds from Baker Creek Seeds, they always have the best packaging. I love all of the prints that they put on the back, and it's very efficient with these little envelopes. I'm gonna go ahead, open it up, and we will see what is inside. These envelopes are fairly easy to get open, so there's a lot in here. I ordered quite a bit. And there should be a free seed or two in here. I'm gonna give this to Nutmeg on the ground to play with because that's just what he likes to do. So, got my receipt. Oh, they have like a show. They have an heirloom expo. It's in California though. I live way too far away from California for that. So, wow, there's a lot. They're just like all in here. So, we'll just start from the top. Oh, I got two things for the expo. We'll just start from the top and go through this pile because there are a lot of seeds. So, I ordered a bunch of peppers. They should all be sweet peppers. This one is called Blot, which is a very strange name, but I'm here for it. It's weird, I like it. This is supposed to be a sweet pepper. My husband has a very low heat tolerance for peppers. I have a much higher one. I've been growing a lot of hot peppers and I have been murdering his taste buds. So I decided to pick up some less spicy peppers so that he can enjoy meals that I make with peppers. So this one's called Blot. It kind of reminds me of like a small bell pepper. It's got more of like an ombre look with the color, and it's originally from Russia. So I'm very excited to grow this one. Pretty standard growing conditions from what I read. So that one is pretty straightforward. The next one I got was the Martian Jewels corn. I have always wanted to try growing corn. Yes, thank you, Nutmeg. Thank you. I've always wanted to try growing corn. My mom tried to grow it when I was younger. One time, absolutely failed. So we'll see. I wanted to get corn that was more exciting, nice color. I was sort of looking up things that would do well in my environment, and I think this one will do okay. So we'll see how that goes. I love the color. I love the purple plants with like the white sweet corn on the inside. So hopefully that goes well. Fingers crossed for that. I'm gonna look more into corn growing before I get these planted in the ground or in seed trays or whatever, Gotta look up all of that first because I have never attempted corn myself, but it's nice to try something new every once in a while, and every year I want to try at least one new thing. So this year it's gonna be corn. I also got a few tomatoes. This is the Prairie Fire. I think this is more of a cherry/grape tomato. It's not quite big enough. Oh, it says it might be plum. It doesn't look like it's big enough to be a plum tomato. I'm gonna go with grape, and it doesn't matter really either way. It's not a big tomato, and this one can tolerate some slightly hotter temps up to 95 degrees, which is great in Texas because we get temperatures even hotter than that. So looking forward to trying that one out. Hopefully it does well here. My cherry tomatoes usually do better here than some of the slicers, so I've been trying to focus more on the cherries. Next up, I got the Chinese red noodle bean. If you saw last year, I did a whole video on it. I grew the Chinese green noodle beans, and they are one of the most prolific crops in my garden. They do not care about how hot it gets. It's crazy to me, but they just keep going and going and going and churning out new beans. So I was like, I want more color. I got the red ones as well. I'm going to interplant these with the green noodle beans, and I think it'll just look beautiful growing up those trellises in my backyard. And I'm very, very excited about this one, though I'm also very confident because I've grown the other variety of it before. So Nutmeg was yelling at me from the floor, so he's back now. He's gonna help. So the next one that we've got is the yellow watermelon I told you all about. This is called Janosik. Not really sure about pronunciation on that one. This is a Polish variety. It says that the fruit are pretty much all the same, around 10 pounds, uniform shape, color, whatnot. Hopefully it is that straightforward growing it. I'm very excited. I'm going to be growing this one alongside the other yellow watermelon that I got from Botanical Interest, and we'll just see which one does better or if they both do great. Either way, I told you all last video about this. I love yellow watermelon so much. I just love it. I love them. Very nostalgic for me. So again, looking forward to this one. Not too much else to add about it. It's yellow watermelon. I also decided to try a pear tomato. When I was a kid, my mom would grow yellow pear tomatoes. So this is another nostalgia plant for me. I'm not the biggest tomato person in the world, which I know is kind of sacrilege because I'm Italian, but they're just not my favorite. I like them in things. I just don't like to eat them on their own, which I think is fair. Like, I'm just not my favorite thing to eat by itself, but I will eat it in just about anything. My husband loves to snack on tomatoes though, so I'm trying to grow more fun varieties of cherry, pear, grape tomatoes so he can snack on them. I think this one will be a lot of fun. I'm trying to do a lot of color with the tomatoes so that also when I put them in dishes, it's just fun. I love colorful food, so this is going to add to that. I have another tomato as well. So backstory on this one, Roma tomatoes do not grow well here. The pest pressure on them is absolutely insane. They get disease pressure as well. Yes, do you want to sniff? A sniff? No? Okay. So I decided to grow a different sort of plum tomato like Aroma. This is the Amish paste. This one, from what I was reading, I think will do the best in my environment. So I am just going to try it. We're going to see how it goes. It's not a super large packet of seeds, so if it doesn't do as well as I think it will, not the end of the world, but I thought it was worth a shot. So I'm going to be trying this to replace Romas this year. I also got the Pequeño yellow piquillo pepper. These are the ones that you see in Trader Joe's that are pickled sometimes in antipasto. They're so good. I can pop these like candy. I tried growing these last year. I got them from a different seed company and I had a 0% success rate with getting them to establish once germinated. I also had a hard time germinating them. So I'm trying them out from Baker Creek Seeds. We will see how it goes. I am hopeful because I haven't had issues with really any of their seeds before, and they're just gonna be super tiny, super cute, super snackable peppers. If I do get success with them, I will be pickling them and snacking on them all of the time. So I'm hoping that that works out for me. The next one here is a pepper that my husband wanted. It's called the Jalapeno. I find this to be sacrilege. I don't think jalapenos are that hot to begin with, but he does. So we're gonna grow this. I'm going to make sure it is firmly labeled. This is supposed to be a truly heatless jalapeno. I don't know how that is possible, but apparently it is. We're gonna see. We're just gonna see how this goes. I'm just gonna make these for him. I don't really have too much of an interest in eating a jalapeno with no heat in it, but it's okay. If it makes my husband happy, I'm happy to grow a plant or two for him. So that's gonna be another one of the sweet peppers that he can enjoy, and I'll enjoy most of them too. It's just that I like a little bit more spice than he does. Here's another one that is a sweet pepper. This is the Advarsky. I'm so sorry, I'm butchering that name. I'm so sorry. This is supposed to be a Macedonian roasting pepper. It's supposed to be very fragrant, 6 to 7 inch long peppers. Nice and red, I'm assuming they turn green to red. Pretty straightforward, hopefully not spicy. We were reading a lot of the reviews on these as well. I had my husband pick out all of these sweet peppers. We like to look at reviews in places that are similar to where we live about the growing conditions and whatnot. So I was able to find lots of reviews on these from the South, Texas, Georgia, lots of places like that. And everybody said that these did well. So fingers crossed again, because I bought a lot of peppers for my husband this time. So they better be good. That's all I'm saying. They better be good. This is something that I bought for myself. I've always wanted to try eggplant. My husband says he doesn't like it. My mom doesn't like it. My dad loves eggplant. I don't mind. I have found it to be okay. You know, I don't love it. I don't hate it. I will eat it. I'm totally fine with that. But I thought, you know what? Maybe I should try it. Maybe I should just grow a couple eggplants and see if I like it better if they're homegrown. Because you know, if you have a garden, everything tastes better when it is homegrown. So I thought I would give these a chance. I asked my husband, I narrowed it down to a few that did better in hotter climates like mine, and he wanted to try these because they're long and they're weird, and I guess we just like growing weird plants in my garden. So we're going to try these out, see how they taste, maybe make some eggplant parm or something, and hopefully, I'm really hopeful that I will like eggplant even more after this, because things that are in the grocery store are just old. They're stale, they have less flavor, they're picked before they're ripe. So there are a lot of factors that could go into why eggplant isn't our favorite. And I'm trying to be hopeful that I will really like eggplant after this, because I feel like it's another Italian sacrilege also. Italians love eggplant. So I'm willing myself to liking eggplant with these. So hopefully it goes well. We are almost through all the seeds, and then we're going to get to, I got 2 free seeds I just kind of saw because they put like a red stripe on it when it's a free seed. So this is supposed to be like a pickling pepper. It's from Turkey. It's called corbacci. I'm saying it as if it were in Italian, even though they said it's Turkish, but I don't know Turkish, so I'm just gonna pronounce it like that. It says it's a richly flavored frying or pickling type, 10-inch curved and twisted peppers, very slender. It reminds me of a cayenne, but if a cayenne was orangey red. So I'm definitely gonna keep this labeled because I'm gonna be growing about 12 cayenne plants again this year. And this looks way too similar. I'm gonna put it in a completely different bed, keep it separate, and hopefully that they're good. They give spicy. They look spicy to me, but hopefully they're not. Hopefully not. The last one that I paid for, I'm very excited about. This is the Dragon's Tongue Bush Bean. This is so colorful. I remember seeing these last year in the catalog and I really wanted to try them. These are supposed to be like a snap bean, kind of like a string bean or a green bean, but you can grow it for the shell beans, any of the green bean varieties you can. I like that it's a bush bean because I already have a lot of beans that I'm growing that I have to put on a trellis, my red and my green Chinese noodle beans. So I like that these are just gonna grow in a bushing habit. Apparently they do better if you keep picking them, which I didn't realize with my bush beans last year. I kind of let them go a little long so they didn't produce quite as much, though I got a lot. I had to give a bunch away last year because I had like 30 plants. It's like, I'm just gonna plant them everywhere, and I ended up with way too many. So I decided I'm gonna grow more because that's just how it works for me. If something works well, I grow more of it. So we're gonna try these out. I think these will add a lot of color to the garden. It'll be very nice, and I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be so much fun. I told you guys, I love colorful food. So I am This is probably the one I'm most excited about out of all of the seeds that I ordered. This one right here. So very much looking forward to see how this will work in my garden. Finally, we've made it to the free seeds. I got 2 of them. One of them I actually got as a free seed before. This is the Komatsuna. I have 3 of these growing in my garden right now. They're doing very well. They look like a collard green mixed with a spinach, though apparently they are spinach and mustard, which is fine. I am excited. I haven't eaten them yet, but it's nice to know if I like them. I have more seeds for free, though I could also give these away to like my mom or something because I already have a free seed of this one. But either way, it's growing really well in my winter garden. It did not mind the freeze at all. Super cold hardy. So this is just a nice one to have. It was nice to try something new. I had never heard of this before when I got it as a free seed, and it's just been doing really well for me growing in the garden. Not too fast, not too slow. So I'm excited about this one. Really like having more of that. And then finally, this is new. This is completely new to me. This is a pepper called daddle, not sure. Let's see what it says, because they always have, if you don't know what I'm reading in these videos, they have little write-ups on every seed packet. It's not just the free ones. And it basically says what it says on the website when I order them, but at least you have it here. You don't have to keep going back to the website to read about your seeds. It says, it's 100 days, so 100 days of maturity, blazing hot, blazing hot, blunt little 3.5-inch fruit, ripens to brilliant orange yellow, vicious, these descriptor words are making me nervous. Okay, vicious heat, complex fruity flavor. Okay, I like fruity and heat together, but my husband would die. My mom would die, my brother would die. I think my dad could eat these and maybe me. Oh man, I might just grow it for the chaos of it, you know? But wow. Okay, this is giving habanero vibes for sure. This is something. This is gonna be a spicy boy. Let me tell you, this is gonna be super spicy. Wow. All right, we're ending that haul on a high note with this one. This is gonna be interesting. I'll see if I can get it to grow. Watch, this is gonna grow better than any pepper that I grow, and nobody's gonna want to eat it because it's so hot. I'm gonna be the only one, and my mouth is gonna be burning because it's gonna be so hot. Because, you know, like I have a pretty high heat tolerance, but I don't eat habaneros on the daily. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's fun though. Like that's gonna be fun to try. We'll see how much that see how that goes. But like I did in the last video, I'm gonna go over the seeds I'm most excited about. Obviously, I am most excited about the dragon's tongue bean. I think Nutmeg is really gonna like this one. You like that? He's gonna love it. He loves the garden. I wish I could show sometimes the more organic moments of us in the garden instead of like the garden tours and whatnot, but he loves flowers. He loves just like sniffing all the things in the garden. He loves hiding under the plants, looking at birds. I think he's gonna love these. They're a bushy plant. He's gonna be able to hide under it. He's gonna be able to look at the flowers. Like it's gonna be a favorite for him too. And then honestly, if I can do a good job with this one, and that's a big if because it's corn, I'm very excited about this. So those are my top 2. They're both purple, which is my favorite color. So, oh, Nutmeg likes it. He likes this one. So maybe that's a good sign. You like the corn? Are we gonna do a good job with it? I'm very nervous. It says it gets about 6 foot tall, 80 to 90 days to maturity, which is on a little bit of the longer side, but some of the shorter to maturity corn were about 60 days. So 90 to 100 was about the longer side. So this is definitely gonna take a while, but I think it's going to look gorgeous in the garden. 6 foot tall, purple. The whole plant is purple, guys. So I'm very excited about that. That is it for our seed haul. This was a lot of seeds. I don't think I need to buy any more seeds this year. I still might because that's just what I like to do. I don't need any more. I never need more. I have enough seeds probably for 20 years, but that doesn't mean I don't buy seeds every year. Unless I'm doing more flower seeds because we are going to start the pollinator garden in our front yard this year. But in terms of veggies, I should be done. So hopefully this was a nice haul. They are all from Baker Creek Seeds. If I did not mention that before, they are run out of Missouri and I love them. They are my favorite seed company. I love the variety that they have. I love the information that they provide. And I have had my biggest success rates with their seeds versus any other seed company, though Botanical Interest is pretty close, but I would say that I've done slightly better with the seeds from here. But if you like this video, make sure to give Nutmeg and I a thumbs up down below and subscribe so you don't miss anything from us here on the channel. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.